Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Occy Tipsters podcast number 2. Introducing Occy himself. Occy here, guys. We're gonna start podcast number 2 with a little bit of recap and results. Now, if you're a gold or a day pass or a platinum member, yes, you get all around Australia results, tips, blah, blah, blah.
Now that's an Occy promise.
Yes. Now, Randwick, our biggest winner was Quick Thinker at $15. We also tipped 5 winners from the 9 races. Ascot, we tipped 6 out of 7. Doomben, we tipped 4 out of 8. Now we go to Sunday. Shartin, we tipped 5 out of the 10, with our biggest being $7 in race 6. Beautiful. Now, this is the good one. Ballarat, Sunday, 4 races out of the 7. Race 6, number 8, $16. Now, that's an Occy promise. Okay, that's a little recap of just tips. Now, let's recap the podcast. Occy's promise of last week killed it. Animo, he's gone through and belted it out. Now, everyone's seen how good he was. I told you to get on the Champagne Stakes because this horse just absolutely loves the step up in distance. I said get on last week because now his price is plummeted. All right, now the Doncaster, I've got to talk up Jamie Carr. Now, I think it was her first win ever in Randwick, or it was her first Group 1 win. Either way, she rode Cascadian, how Cascadian has been dreaming, calling out, begging to be rode in Australia because it hasn't been rode up to its potential since coming here, and she's rode it like a star, like she is, and picked up a Group 1. It's fantastic. It's fantastic for women in racing. But if we're going to talk about my 100 to 200 pop that came in 5th or 6th, Sakari, it's not too bad actually. It almost placed, and it run like a $12 pop in my professional opinion. So I just want to also state Nature Strip won't ever be that price again. It was just a steal. I loved it. I cleaned up on that. All right. Well, that's the recap done. All right. So we're going into major races for this coming week. At Randwick, obviously, we've got the Percy Stakes. It's a Group 1 race. There's the 3 Godolphin runners, Arcaded, but I'm also not writing off all 3 of them. The other 2 have got gear changes on. There's the Snowden runner, Najamadi, and also K-Mac has got another legend, which isn't a name, it's Joyous Legend, but after the legends he's rode, we'll throw that in the mix. Now, yeah, it's a 2-year-old race. It's worth $1 million. Arcaded is probably fit and right for this, but just having a look through, it's anyone's game. It's very interesting. I wouldn't be staking the last of my money on this. It's far better races around. We'll go on to another Group 2 race. The other Group 2 race is a 3-year-old Arrowfield Sprint. Hello to my friends at Arrowfields. Okay, now this is just as interesting, if not more interesting. We'll see if September Run can actually get back on track. There's Wild Ruler, who in this type of class has been fantastic. Amish Boy, Isotope, Dame Gazelle, Rocketing By, mate, this just fantastic fields. This is the type of races that you really just jump out of bed for on a Saturday. Want to put on a tux, want to do your hair, want to drive to Randwick, get your members or your plebs ticket, and jump the queue. No, it makes me really excited that autumn's here, all right? But now let's get to the Group 1s, because that's where all the chatter is. All right, now the Australian Oaks. There's an NZ horse called, this one's no chance, Armadillo.
Bye.
All right, number 2, all right, in the Australian Oaks. Last month, it won, and quite impressively, mind you, it won the New Zealand Oaks. We got Opie Bossum on it, who rode it that day too. It's at $5 now. I think it's a steal. We'd never seen it run here, I'm pretty sure. Although there's Montefilia, Hungry Heart, Harmony Rose, Duelist, all these type of great horses. I just really think this New Zealand thing untried, but each way, it would have loved if it was racing last week in that rain, but there's a little bit of rain meant to come around, I think, but that doesn't matter. I still think it's good enough
It's gonna win, and it's gonna win.
Yes, thanks, Occy. Now, Sydney Cup. Interesting race. Favourite Moon. It's a UK horse. It won its first start in Oz. So, it obviously has travelled well. It's carrying 51 kilos. So, and we know they love the long distance racing, these UK horses. You got Southern France, the Chosen One. Obviously, Quick Thinker, the horse that we won on $15 last week. That's got to be in your selections. But really, it's just a fantastic race. One of those ones that makes you jump out. No, wait, I said that already. But yeah, like that they're the ones you really got to watch. These overseas raiders, when they come, I'm here to talk to you about them. Now, my favourite horse is running in the next race, so obviously I'm going to tip it. It's very elegant, but Sir D'Argento, whatever, number 2, and obviously Tommy Marquand's horse is in there as well. But, it's the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, $4 million on the line. It's a fantastic race, made even better by Winks winning it, and the amount of times Winks has won it. And we'll go on to the last of the Group 1s, which is the Moe Chandon, Queen of the Turf. Heaps of horses. I'm not going to give you the tips. You know who the favourite is. It's Probabel. It's probably gonna win. But there's heaps of each way bets. The upsets are due. There's a little horse called Colette. There's a horse that loves to hit the lead called Graceful Glamour. There's many, many, many horses. Yes. All right. Well, that's that segment. And
Ring a ding ding.
ring a ding ding. All right. So this week we're doing NRL. Last week we did the AFL. We'll do a sport almost every week. Let's start with the top four. So we've got the Panthers, Souths, Roosters, Melbourne. I've got Raiders missing out. Bye Raiders. Kind of, it's between them and Melbourne to get that last spot, but I kind of got them missing out. Now I'll talk about wild cards, and that's Manly and Titans. I believe they're going to make the 8. From the positions they were last season, I consider them wild cards. Now, missing out of the 8, I've got Cronulla Sharks. Now, this was written long before John Morris had the kerfuffle he did today with Fitzgibbon getting signed for next season. So I just had them missing out completely. Bye. Now, to fill the 8, there's a few going to miss out. St George are playing well. I've got the Titans and Manly, but of course we've got Raiders definitely going to fit in, and Parramatta. So it's going to be a tight squeeze, but 9 will become 8 somehow. State of origin, of course, New South Wales. Wooden Spooners, that's going to be a battle between the Broncos and the Bulldogs. I think Jake Averillo, if he takes a dominant position at the Bulldogs, they definitely won't be Wooden Spooners, and they'll win far more games. Like the Broncos, if they gel, they'll produce something this season, but they've got to do it. Now let's talk grand final. I've got Panthers versus either the Souths. The Raiders have got a squad that can make it, and the Roosters. But I've got the Panthers who can actually win it, and I think will win it.
And it's gonna win.
Yeah, and I just think that the Titans are my, big upset. If they do make it, they're not going to shock anyone. They're going to do too much, but they will make the 8. Newcastle isn't in there, but it's such a tight competition. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm having fun watching it. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to have, I think, some IPL and soccer, EPL coming up. And obviously we'll continue with the racing. And it's very late, so I'm off to bed. and I'll see you at the races.
Sign up now, www.occytipsters.com.au.